Every time I do these coaching sessions, people come in with what they got, and I ask them what they want. And oftentimes what they got is not what they want. It's just you don't want to make the mistake of being successful in something else.
If I could do just one thing,
yeah,
I would perform for the rest of my life.
Then that's the question, is why aren't you just doing that?
What is up, my elite founders? I've got something special that I want to do just for you. Here's what I'm doing. Testimonial contest. This is how it works. I need you to shoot a video and I want you to share 3 core things. If you win, wait till you hear what I'm going to do. 1, I want you to share your biggest financial impact.
Financial impact? Brother, that is easy.
$25,000 in 11 days.
Almost $1 million of increased revenue.
We've done 1.6 million.
I've been selling like crazy.
That would not be the case if it wasn't for Dan Martell and his program.
Second thing would be, how did you feel before starting to work with me as your coach?
I was stressed out to the max.
Honestly, we were broken. I was struggling. Stalled out.
Stagnant.
Not feeling capable.
We were going to be losing one of our largest clients.
Flailing away. No real true systems and processes.
Before working with Dan, I wasn't clear on the 10X vision of me. I wasn't like believing it 100% of the time.
Third part is now, what does your life look like?
I know I'm on the right path.
My confidence is at an all-time high.
What Dan really did for me is that he gave me the permission to dream bigger.
I am making rocket pace towards my vision.
I'm more creative. I'm more happy.
The winner is going to get all expense paid flight. Do a half-day VIP with me. Half-day VIP is $30,000. We're going to have a blast.
Driving to the airport, we've got 2 guys coming in town, Marlou and Stefan.
Stefan Dyer, Costa Rican, living in Toronto, former banker turned comedian and entrepreneur.
So they won the contest, and the winner gets a full day with me, behind the scenes, follow me around, we do some coaching. I got a few surprises for them. I'm gonna be picking them up at the airport. And 2, I'm gonna be bringing wake surfing in the morning. So we got a whole day, man. What's up, boys? I feel like I should have had a sign. Now I feel horrible. So good to see you, man. Welcome to Kelowna. You ever heard of the 100 no concept?
No.
What?
The 100 no's, man. Oh, dude, it'll change your life. Well, the idea is, if you're in sales, or anything really, your job every day is to get to 100 no's. And you don't stop until you get 100 no's. See, what do most people do? They try to wake up to get yeses.
Right.
So they set a goal of 3 yeses. If you do 100 no's, statistically, you'll hit your goals.
How can I scale this business more?
Yeah, so you only got 2 options, right? You either figure out where the value chain exists, regardless of how the market moves, or you just really refine everything so that when the market comes back, you can own it. Because like at the end of the day, there's like different value streams in every business model. Wholesale is a good one, but it's on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's a great entry. It's like agency, it's like consulting, freelance. A great place to start. But you know, eventually you got to figure out productized services, you got to scale, you might decide to do a physical product or digital product, you know what I mean? You're gonna move up the value stack. The key is always measure revenue. Because like oftentimes people have setbacks and then they'll give themselves an out for not producing. But it's not about not producing, it's about identifying the slowdown, being creative, figure out what the next move is, and then going for it. Here's the big difference about the way I recruit than I think most people do, is I look for the default behaviors that show me that they're already the person I want them to be. When I'm recruiting, my first reply to them was, what book did you read in the last 90 days to help your life? And a lot of them were like, well, I've been busy, blah, 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 summertime, da, da, da. Hey, cool, have a great day. Like, I'm good. If you're not even reading books right now, we're not vibing at the same level, right? Physical energy, physical presence. Show me that your energy is important to you, because if we're running, I can't have you slow down. Don't make me walk. They gotta want it, man. They gotta want to fight. To me, reading every day, it's almost like a necessity. Reading for me is the starter in a car. Every morning, I gotta read like 10 pages, but oftentimes I go longer, of information that gets my mind expanding. The difference between self-employed, a freelancer versus an owner is the owner thinks through the lens of, how do I build the machine?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Absolutely. So like if I owned your business, I would go, okay, who's the customer? What's the model? Where's my bottlenecks? Theory of constraints, like sales. So automate, like create a process for training. Like I could do that. That's not the hard part. The hard part is going to get deals, right? So then I ask myself, well, who sells to that customer already? So who sells a non-competing solution already to that customer? And I say, this is who I am. We do this thing. These are the results we get for people. And I'm looking for strategic partners that are open to adding it to their book of products. You want to have it so that other people are out there selling for you, and all they do is they have a link and they send people to it, or they add it to them, and then they pay you $3,500, you deliver, then you build the machine. So that's what we got to figure out today. Every time I do these coaching sessions, people come in with what they got, and I ask them what they want. And oftentimes what they got is not what they want. It's just you don't want to make the mistake of being successful in something else.
If I could do just one thing,
yeah,
I would perform for the rest of my life.
Then that's the question, is why aren't you just doing that? What we need to figure out is, how do we get you to do that all the time and monetize the sawdust around that, but not make the mistake of making the other stuff, the sawdust, the business. That's the mission. I've got this ladder I'm building to get to that point. That's the bucket of success I'm going to pick off the top shelf, but I can't reach it. I got to build this 10-foot ladder. You build the ladder, and you're on the way up, you're having success, you have opportunities, and you're building the ladder. Imagine you get to the top of that ladder and realize, and you're successful, that the thing that you were going to get out of that bucket is actually not that bucket, it's on the other wall. This is what happens every day to people, is that they don't give themselves permission to do the thing that they would do if nothing else was needed. And I don't want to help you drive to an outcome that isn't what you want, because that's my biggest fear in life, is helping people rush towards an outcome that if they actually fast forwarded and went there, they would step back and go like, actually, that's not what it is. I thought I had to get there by going this way. People say to me, I really want to do this thing, which is Z, but I feel like I gotta go A, B, C, D, E, F, G to get to Z. And I go, or you start with Z, and then you figure out what needs to be true to make Z the thing. That's the problem we should solve.
This is like amazing to have the clarity.
And when you have that level of clarity, you can say no so much quicker and say yes so much quicker, and then you can tell people what you want.
Absolutely.
Right? You got to tell the world what you want. I want you to ask yourself this question. Scan the last 2 weeks of your life. How many times have you told somebody else, this is what I want to create, do you know anybody? So here's what I want to encourage you to consider. On a daily basis, you should tell 5 people what you're trying to do in the world and ask them, do you know anybody? Some of us, we think it and we visualize it and we're trying to make this thing happen, but we never actually say out loud, the guy, Matt, who just came here, hey, Matt, I'm trying to do this. Do you know anybody? And him go, oh, yeah, my buddy Mark. You mind making an intro to Mark? Cool. Just most people don't ask. Or you dismiss it. You think, well, this guy wouldn't know that person. It's almost like the difference between sitting back and like waiting for the world to happen to you versus like engaging with it. Think about this. So Joseph Campbell has this quote, and it is awesome. The cave you fear to enter most holds the treasure that you seek. What cave do you fear to enter most? Sometimes we don't know. But the answer to that question is your biggest unlock. What am I scared of? That's where the treasure that I seek lies.